Hello and welcome to another CAD clip. In this lesson we're going to talk a little bit about this great little add-in that is you can get off the internet by a company called Coins, and we'll show you where that website is, and you just log in with your Autodesk ID there, and if you don't have one we'll show you how to make one. Once you install this little add-in, it shows up here on your add-in tab over here called Section Box. Okay, so when we start to do this, the first thing I want to do is just make sure my press and drag is off, because that'll allow me to do a window box in a kind of a busy area. So let's just zoom in here a little bit as an example. It's really basic, and all it's doing is automating some of the tools that have already been available in Revit. So I could see people, definitely the MEP people, taking advantage of this. And what it does is it creates a 3D cropped view of some objects in a certain area. So we start our tool off, we go Auto Section Box. Okay, and if you read your status bar on the bottom, it says select elements to center the section box around. Now if you have, look at our options bar, if you have multiple turned on, you have to say finish, which means you can pick multiple objects. If you take multiple off, this disappears and all you can do is pick one object. So we'll turn it off just to start with, and I'll go over here and I'll just pick this piece of equipment. That's it. Pick. Boom. Brings up a dialog box, asks me which view I want to use, and you can pick on here and you can see there's a list of a couple of different views in there, and you can say what type you want, specific size, or I'm going to just go with the element extents plus a buffer of 300 millimeters, which is my units, and arrange windows side by side. It'll take the floor plan and it'll tile my 3D view over here. So really I haven't done anything in here. All I'm going to do is hit OK, and it's going to generate a cropped 3D view, and it's just going to tile it right beside my other floor plan with a little bit of a flashy effect there, and then click out. That's all it does. Creates a section box. You can pick on here and you can grab these grips if you want after the fact, pull these guys around. That's all it does. Click out and done. Okay, now let's just close that off, maximize this back again. We'll try it again with the multiple option. Auto section box, we say multiple, which is the default. We're going to make sure our press and drag is off, and all I'm going to do in here is do a window box, go like this, and grab these objects. It's going to do the same thing, prompt me for my 3D view. Oh, now I can pick more than that. I can go around and pick more objects if I want, right? Because I have multiple turned on, I can grab these guys, or I can use my control button like this to grab more objects, and then I can use my shift button just like normal selection and remove that. So I can go through and use my control and shift to gather whatever objects I want, and when I'm done I just hit finish. It's going to prompt me with my same information. I hit OK. It's going to tile a 3D view beside this one over here. Click out, and there's a 3D view of that, of all those objects. Once again, I can grab my section box using these grips and fine-tune that as I please. So that's really all there is to it. And the 3D view I'm in isn't showing up here in my project browser, I just noticed, and I think it's because this sample project that comes with Revit filters the project browser. So what I'm going to do here as a little side note, I'm going to go to View, User Interface, go down to the browser organization, and I'm going to hit Edit on here, and we're going to see it filters by the view classification equals to simple. So all I'm going to do is take this and get rid of that filter, and it won't filter my browser. Hit OK. A little side lesson for you there. Hit OK, and now all of a sudden I'm going to see more views in here, and there's that 3D view that is over here. Okay, so in the meantime, where do you get this application from? If you go to your internet and you do a search for Coins Revit 3D section box or Auto section box, here it is here, Auto section box, and you pick on here. I just had disconnected my internet here. Let me just go back and fix that for a second. And this should work better this time. Click on there, and it goes to this Coins Auto section box, and what you want to do is download it here. So you hit free, and if you go in here and you've got your Autodesk ID and password, you can plug that in. If you don't have one, all you really have to do is go in here, put in your first name, your last name, your email address, confirm it, and this Autodesk ID is just something you make up. So this is almost like a password in a sense. You can give yourself whatever you want. I don't think you're allowed to have any spaces or funny characters, but basically you put whatever you want in here as your Autodesk ID. It's a little misleading because my first impression when I got here was, well, geez, I don't know if I can remember my ID, and a lot of people don't have one, so you make it up. So make up your ID, put in a new password, confirm it, hit the agreement, and then it'll go ahead and ask you to either install the application over the web, or you can save it. It's an MSI, Windows install file, an installer. And once you basically click OK and let Windows bypass your little security, etc., you do, I think, need admin rights to do the install. Then that's it. Once you have it, it installs in here, and it sits under the add-in tool over here, auto section box. So that's our little lesson of the day. I think it's quite useful. I can definitely see the mechanical and structural people really taking advantage of it, as well as our architectural friends. Bye for now.